Hi, I'm Colin, and I've been doing parkour for the past couple weeks now. I'm here to teach you guys about the philosophy, the history, and the basic moves of parkour, and hopefully you guys can learn some on your own. When some people look at parkour, they think it might be a martial art or an extreme sport, but in reality, people refer to it as parkour just being parkour. David Bell was taught parkour by his father, who was in the French army during the Vietnam War, and they learned a form similar to that. The object of parkour is to get from point A to point B as fast and as quick as possible, being the most efficient and using the least amount of energy. A deeper meaning of parkour is something like how you want to get to a point extremely fast. Well, I use parkour, let's say, I don't know, in lacrosse, when I'm trying to get down the field and I can look at the field a different way, seeing, okay, if I go this way, which is the fastest way, which is the most efficient. So I use parkour in everyday life. I also know, students today from North, the hallways get pretty crowded, so I'm not, flipping off walls and, diving through railings, but, I can, maneuver my way through the hallways better. Good friends, David Bell and Sebastian Fossan, eventually parted ways after David Bell's original philosophy of parkour being the fastest and most efficient way, which I will be practicing today, and Sebastian Fossan's new sport called free running, which is focusing on being more aesthetic or being more of a showman. An example of this would be, instead of jumping down a flight of stairs and then jumping over a bench, in free running you would jump and spin down the stairs and then flip over a step, and that's not very efficient when it comes to getting away as fast as you possibly can. What comes up must come down. So obviously when you jump in parkour, you're going to have to land sometime, right? Well, in order to land properly and safely, you're going to have to know the basics of a landing. When you land, you want to land on your toes, and you want to smack your hands to the ground in order to transfer the energy from your body back to the ground in order to avoid breaking anything. This is a basic parkour jump. This is a basic parkour jump. Notice in my jumps how when I left the ledge here, I stuck my legs up in order to bring my momentum up, but I also, when I came in contact with the ground, my legs extended to absorb my shock. So now I'm going to show you guys the jump again, but obviously the landing also. With the landing, what you want to do is you want to make sure the balls of your feet come in contact with the ground first in order not to break your ankles. And then you want to take your hands and your palms and place them on the ground in order to break your fall. So here, I'm going to give you a little demo. So when you land like this, you're going to have your feet in this position. Place your hands. So now that I'm on the ground, what I want to do is I want to push up because I'm running. Like I explained earlier, the basic jumps and landings of parkour is the jump and the landing. But one of the more difficult aspects of parkour is the jump to roll. If you're jumping from a little bit higher height, one thing you might want to do to ensure your safety is jump and then land in a forward roll, just like you might see in gymnastics. Right now I'm going to demonstrate a jump to a forward roll. So I just showed you guys the jump to roll. You really want to use this when you're jumping from something really high. I recommend over 10 feet. This is a surefire way to make sure you don't hurt yourself. It's really easy. All you have to do is land. Remember the normal crouching position I showed you with the hands in the middle, hands on the ground. And what you're going to do is you're going to leapfrog and push your hands through your legs and land on and roll over on your right shoulder. And that way you come into a nice forward roll. And when you stand up, you're in a nice crouch position, ready to keep running. we were back there, we covered the very basic jump, landing, and jump to roll. Now we're going to cover some more of the basic, more basic moves in order to get over an obstacle, such as a railing here. I'll be doing the basic vault, which is the simplest way to get over a railing like this. There's more complicated, you can dive through it, over it, jump, flip, who knows, but right now I'm just going to cover the basics. Thank you for watching the Art of Parkour.